Hello, it's Scott here from Digital Puppets. Right, so first of all, I'm going to tell you two ways of doing this. The easy way and then the more dynamic way on the timeline. The easy way, and often the way that I do it just so it's more straightforward, is often in a scene you'll have a character in a certain position. So in one scene you might have a character walking along. Now what I would do in that instance is I would just have a character set up at the 3/4 angle that I want them in. So if they're walking to the right, I'd have one set of arms and legs behind one side of the body and the other arm and leg in front of the body. And I would do that in my Photoshop file. I would go into Photoshop and I would reorder the limbs into the hierarchy that I want. I've saved that and then I'll bring it into the timeline and I would use that particular puppet for that scene. However, if you want to be a bit more dynamic and for example you had the character talking to the camera, you know, like they're a news presenter, you still want the arms kind of like how they're set up at the moment so the hands can go in front of the face, but then they might walk off, and so you want the layer to change during the scene. And to do that you need to do what I'm going to show you right now. First of all, on your timeline you're going to want to get your layer editor thing to come up. So this is what you got here. Actually, before I do that, I'm just going to do a simple animation just to demonstrate how the hierarchy changes. So where is it? We've got body. Let's just have this arm move across the body like that. Just keep it dead simple. So as you can see, the arm is moving across the body and at the moment it's in front of the body. So what I do next is I then go into my pick the frame that I want the change to happen, and I'm going to pick my layer editor, and then I'm going to pick the elements that I want to move. So here that is her left arm. The problem with working with these puppets really messed up my left to right, because you got my left to right, you know, our left to right, but then when you're working in these programs, the left and right is the character's left and right, so it's the other way around, so it always throws me. Anyway, that's the left and right arm from her perspective. So I'm going to select these and I'm going to hold down control as it tells you up there. So I've got the left hand, I've got the left forearm, and I've got the left arm, which is the upper arm. Then I'm going to choose, in this instance, to move it behind the body. So I'm going to go to send to back. Now, I'm going to throw you because you think nothing's happened. And what you need to do now, so the first instance is you selected the layers, then you selected how you wanted to reorder it, and then lastly, you need to check a reference layer as it says here. And what that means is, where do you want to send it behind? So I want to send it behind the body, which is called the hip. It's just to do with the way that Cartoon Animator 5 is set up. The body is called the hip. So we need to find the hip layer. Where is it? It's at the top here. Because this isn't in the hierarchy as you see on screen. So I'm going to press that. And you can see that it's gone behind the hip, and also it looks like the hand, we want it to be going behind the legs as well. So left hand behind right thigh. You get the idea, I'm not going to go through all of them. And then if we go back to the start, and now as we animate, you see that it stays in front of the body because the changeover doesn't happen until this frame here, frame 10. So if you do want it to, for example, you might want it to change from here, so that might just be the forearm and the hand and leave that arm there. You get my point. But when you get to the layer that you change, boop, it's disappeared. and then that will remain the same until you then, you know, pick all of those layers again, and then pick your hip and then move it to the front. And then, so as you see, when we get to that layer, poof, it's back. So, you know, there you go. That's how you do it.